Junior Jewels. I'm Carly.
And I'm Jess, and we are the hosts of Typical Tuesday Night,
a Taylor Swift podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Typical Tuesday Night podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Carly. Welcome to another Typical Tuesday Night.
Yes.
Typical Tuesday night. It's so weird because, like, we'll say that, and it's like we never record on a Tuesday night.
I know.
Typical Monday night when we're recording this.
Yeah. And staying up late to get it up for the next day, and like
for real.
We try really hard to not record the day before, but like we told you guys, we've been doing that a little more recently, which is why a lot of times if you're watching the YouTube video, we aren't in our studio as often, but
but it's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep. So, breaking news as of today, which is kind of fun when we do record late. So we get these moments like this.
I know. We love these last minute news.
Yes. Like, let's chat. So the Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively case has ended. Like, it's done. So I was reading the article. It said a final judgment was entered in that It Ends With Us actor and director's $400 million defamation case against his co-star Blake Lively and her husband. But basically, the judge just dismissed the case in June, and they were able to file an amended complaint before the deadline that was set by the court. But on October 17th, the court issued all of the parties in order to show cause as to why final judgment shouldn't be entered in the case, and the plaintiffs did not respond by October 31st. So bye-bye to that case, which is crazy to me. So if you're unaware, the Blake Lively suing Justin Baldoni is still in effect, and that will go to court in March of 2026. But so this is just Justin suing Blake and Ryan. I saw that. I was shocked.
Yeah.
But
you
it also
sent that in our group text today, and I never circled back or like looked into it myself. And like, I'm like shocked.
I know. It does feel, though, like the more I've kind of like let it sit, it felt like the whole case was smoke and mirrors. And I almost wonder if it was to kind of shade Blake. Like, that's really, like, it was like a smear campaign to make her case against him not look as legit. Yeah. But his lawyers went so hard on social media that it felt like it was, let's throw everything in everybody's faces.
Yes.
Build up a bunch of
sway like public opinion.
Yeah. And then just kind of disappear. And like, we're not going to take this to court because it's not going to be worth our time and our money. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
Interesting. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me too, because obviously this is a big deal. And like, weren't you saying like they had a year to like.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing's been going on for a year.
Yeah, like this is a big deal. You've been making it a big deal. Like there's no reason you don't miss the deadline unless you like intentionally miss the deadline. Like that was a choice, not a mistake.
Yeah.
And so it's so interesting and crazy.
Yeah. I'm very intrigued to see now what happens come March
with Blake's. Yeah.
It'll be really interesting. Speaking of another I mean, I guess that's fun. Sure, why not? After we did our Fate of Ophelia music video deep dive, which thank you guys for all of you watching it and sharing it. It's still wild to me that we found over 100. So if you have not watched that episode, definitely head to YouTube and find it because we have pictures showcasing most of those Easter eggs. But I saw a notification and this said the music video for the Fate of Ophelia has officially exceeded 90 million views on YouTube. That is less than a month of like being online.
Crazy.
90 million. So that signified a major landmark in her digital footprint. This accomplishment is particularly remarkable because it has been achieved at a velocity not seen since her 2019 release of Me, which made me laugh so hard.
Is it because these are the music videos that the kids like and they keep asking to watch it?
I'm just like, Me was not my favorite. but
No.
very interesting. But yeah, it stands as the highest performing music video of the current decade, reflecting its powerful resonance with audiences worldwide.
Wow.
I thought that was really cool. I mean, I
That
think
is so
this
cool.
music video is incredible. Like, absolutely incredible.
Wow. I
So,
know. I'm obsessed with it. It just, I could watch it over and over
yeah,
again. So
it's one of my favorites.
it's so
Okay,
good.
we are going to do a quick little Junior Jewel moment before jumping into today's topic. But if you are new around here, I know we've had a lot more new listeners recently, which hello and thank you. We are so happy you are here. But we like to call all of our listeners Junior Jewels. It's just kind of fun, you know, the You Belong With Me music video. She wears the Junior
Typical
Jewels
Tuesday
shirt. We're a
night.
typical Tuesday night. So basically, that
It's
song
a
is
thing.
our vibe. So yeah, we call all of our listeners Junior Jewel. So if you are listening right now, you're a Junior Jewel and we love you. So what we like to do is have like a little segment, whether that's a DM that somebody sent us or a review. And so Jess is going to read a review today.
Yes. And also, fun fact, I don't know if we've
Yes.
ever said this on the
Oh,
podcast, but we almost
oh,
named our podcast Junior Jules. Like
we did.
that was like an idea that was floating
Yeah.
around. We were I think we're gonna do like flip flop, like Junior
Yeah.
Jules, and like our tagline was gonna be a typical Tuesday
I
night. And then
know.
we
We were like,
put
no,
typical
wait, wait,
Tuesday
wait.
night as the
Yeah.
name and called our listeners Junior Jules, which I'm
Which,
so obsessed with.
yes, I was like, that was the right choice. It was the right choice. I don't know if I've ever been so obsessed with like just a podcast name. I don't know. I'm like, it's a good thing because it's fine and I love it so much. But I just think it's such a good name for so many
Yeah.
reasons that I'm not even going to get into, but I love it.
I love it. Um, so yeah, this review was a recent one, which is fun because we were encouraging you guys to leave reviews so we can
Yeah.
get up to 300 reviews on Apple because we're so close. So thank you so much for leaving this review. They said, I don't think I would consider myself a Swiftie, but I definitely listen to a lot of Taylor's music. So this podcast is amazing. I'm going to pause for 2 seconds because I feel like a lot of people say that. A lot of
Mm.
people like feel like they can't claim they're a Swiftie because they aren't psychotic and have like a Taylor Swift podcast or something.
Weird.
um, if you enjoy Taylor's music, you're absolutely a Swiftie. You don't have to
Yes.
like be hitting it hard with like clowning or care about her personal life, even. Like if you just
Yeah.
love her music, you're a Swiftie.
Yes.
Like
Come. We love it.
there's a big wide range of level of Swiftie and
Yes.
we welcome all of it. So
Totally. Totally.
they also said they make it fun and hilarious and truly seem like they're having a conversation with me. This podcast has really helped me learn about all the news about Taylor Swift and some background to her songs. So check it out, whether you're a Swiftie or not. Also, that's
Yay.
another funny point is I'm like, if you are listening to a Taylor Swift
Yeah.
podcast, you
You're a
can
Swiftie.
absolutely claim that you're a Swiftie.
Totally. Totally.
So fun. So thank you so much.
Yes,
Loved it.
we appreciate it. Let's keep going. Keep leaving those reviews because we are really trying to get to 300. So that would be awesome. Okay, today's topic. We are doing our second. How many times? I'm like, I should start pulling a Taylor Swift. Two,
Two,
two, two.
two,
We'll see how many
two.
times I do it this episode. So we are doing our second. See, this is why you should watch on YouTube. It's just more fun.
Yeah.
Our second deep dive of the life of a showgirl. So we already did a deep dive a couple weeks ago and we talked about 4 of the songs. So if you wanted to listen to, what did we do? Canceled, Actually Romantic, Would, and Wishlist. So if you want to
Nice.
hear any thoughts on those songs, we've already talked about those. So now we are going to go back to the beginning. Track 1, Fate of Ophelia, which we thought would also be fun to do after the music video Easter eggs. So today we are going to do Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor, Opalite, and Father Figure. So we love to
Yes.
just deep dive into those and talk about all the lyrics, all the fun little finds. And yeah,
And
it's like one of my favorite episodes.
prove to the haters that the lyrics are not basic and they are layered
Yes.
and complex and poetic and intentional and Taylor Swift
Yeah.
worthy lyrics, okay?
But for reals. For reals. Okay. I'm up first to prove to you
Um,
guys, but I have the Fate of Ophelia. So this is what Jess and I did. We've talked about this before in the past, but with this album, we're doing a little bit different than some of our older album deep dives, but we just each pick two songs and then we kind of like teach the other and just kind of share our thoughts. So I have the Fate of
Yeah.
Ophelia, and I love this quote that this was from the Amazon track by track that Taylor talked about what this song is. So she said, "The Fate of Ophelia is the first track off of my album, The Life of a Showgirl. And I really love this song because it kind of combines sort of a Shakespearean storytelling of, this legend of this tragic hero, Ophelia, and what happened to her blended with this kind of newer concept of escaping that fate and having more modern terminology used in the song too, like, keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes." Then she says, "I just love kind of blending, the blending of old and new with lyrics. And that's one of my favorite parts about this song. But it's also just kind of one of my favorite catchy melodies I've ever gotten to write." And honestly, it is such a catchy melody.
It's so good. And like I don't know if we've like I think we've circled back to this a little bit, but like based off of like our predictions we did for the album and even like initial reactions, like a big thing we talked about was like the first single, it's always like, what are we gonna think? Are we gonna
Yeah.
love? Is it gonna take a minute to warm up? This one hit super hard, super fast, and it's so popular, even to people that don't typically listen to Taylor Swift. I feel
Yeah.
like, and the fact that it's track one and the first single, I feel like it has just done such a great job to like bring in new or like past fans kind of like to come back
Yeah.
and just I don't know, get into it. It's so fun.
Oh, I agree. I love it. So, so good. I feel like when I was doing a little bit of research, I saw people talking about it on like Facebook or Reddit. And so many people were like, what narcotics are in this song? Because I truly can't stop listening
Mm-hmm.
to it. But that's kind of how it
Yeah.
feels. I just, I
Yeah.
love it so much.
It's so good.
So, Jess and I also were talking about how all four of these songs, it was. So, what we like to do is highlight like different things that we want to like discuss, different lyrics. And Jess goes, "So basically, both of us just highlighted every
The
word,
whole
right?"
song.
Basically, yeah, for reals.
These songs are
So
very storytelling and like it's not like, like a tip. I mean, there's a little bit of this, but it's not like typical songs where it's like a verse and a chorus and a verse and the same chorus. Like she'll change small things
yeah,
or I don't know. There's just so many intricacies. It's like
I
we got to take it
know.
line by line.
Yes, which I think that's one of the reasons I've been loving this album so much is because it does give me old Taylor vibes in that all of it is like so much of the songs are storytelling. And I
Hmm.
love when she does a good storytelling that I know exactly what she's talking about. Just tell me the story of your life, Taylor. Like that's what I want to know. So I'm loving these.
Yes.
Okay, so first lyric she says, "I heard you calling on the megaphone," which I love that she starts out, honestly, the entire album this way because I feel like it is her saying, "Let's go back." Do you remember when Travis basically shouted me out on his podcast that he wanted to date me?
Yeah.
Well, here we go with the rest of like this album.
Yeah.
So I just think it's like the perfect way to describe that. But and then she
I
says,
also I want to mention like
yeah.
obviously it's fun when we do the deep dives because we read the lyrics. We love when we find things are in quotes. That's
Oh,
something that's
yes.
really fun. But we also like when we do this we kind of miss talking about like the music part of it. Like we're talking
Oh,
a
that's
lot
a good
about the
point.
lyrics,
Yeah.
but like I love the beginning of this song because it feels a total transition from Tortured Poets into The Life
Yes.
of a Showgirl musically. Like the beginning, it's kind of like that piano, almost
Hmm.
feels a little like ominous. And I feel like
Yeah.
that gives Tortured Poets, and then it just kind of transitions out of that into this like fun, upbeat song.
That's such a good way to put it too, because that's absolutely what it's doing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know we really should talk about the music more, but sometimes I'm just like, these lyrics are so good.
I know. Well, and
They're so good.
I mean, obviously the music's always a big deal, but like, I think that like, I don't know.
We're
It's
just
just
also
harder
big
to
lyric
talk.
people. And yeah, no, it
Yeah.
definitely is. It's like I either like the melody or I don't, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, the next part she says, "You want to see me all alone." I love that too, because it's just that connection of like, we know that Travis tried to see Taylor after the Eras Tour show just because he thought, you know what? This is my stadium. This is my home
I
stadium.
oh
I can get
yeah,
whatever
this
I
is
want.
my I own this place.
Nope. Sorry, Trav. But I just love that she said that. And then, as legend has it, you are quite the pyro, which I hadn't made this connection, but I saw somebody say that it's kind of like a play on their initials, TNT. And she
Oh
wears a lot
yeah,
of
that's
jewelry like
fun.
that. And so it's kind of like TNT, pyro, fire.
And
I just thought
uses
that was
like the
like fun.
emoji.
Yeah.
That's so
I know. I
fun.
really liked that. And then you light the match to watch it blow. And then she goes, and if you never come for me, I might have drowned in the melancholy. This lyric. Okay. Ooh, let's go. Lavender Haze. I immediately thought of Lavender Haze. I'm sure a lot of you
Yeah.
guys did. But when she goes, you don't really read into my melancholia, she didn't like that she was feeling that way.
Yeah.
You know, it was just such a meh, my life is just here. Like there's
Hmm.
no excitement, no good vibes that Travis was bringing. But she felt like she was going to drown in that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that she used the same word that she had
Hmm.
used in an old song about Joe, that I
Yeah.
feel like she tried to use it in a positive light initially.
Well, it's like it's kind of like we talked about this in one of the other songs, but it's like it's definitely playing two parts where it's like painting Travis in a positive light and painting
Yeah.
her past relationships in a negative light.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't drown in the melancholy. Oh yeah, and then I swore my loyalty. Why? Sorry, guys. I was like looking at the like we have like a Google Doc with our stuff, and I was like, wait, which lyric is next? Just because of the way it's lined up. Sorry. Okay, I'm here. I'm ready. So the next part goes, I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I right before you lit my sky up. I That's kind of like a little misheard lyric. I never realized she said sky up. Lit my sky. I thought she
Um,
just went like sky
yeah.
and like did like a little ah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
so
don't
it's
know
kind of
if
fun.
I
Yeah,
realized that
I
either.
just
That is
noticed that
fun.
today. But I love this because this reminds me of her Instagram caption on the 4th of July that she did right before she went to Arrowhead Stadium. And I like took the exact, where is it? But basically, when she, maybe I don't have it, where'd it go? But she was just basically saying, oh, here it is. Happy belated Independence Day from your local neighborhood independent girlies. And I just love that she was like, no, it's almost like we've all, well, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people I know went through a breakup and then you like kind of have that rough patch. And then you're like, you know what? I don't need men. Like, screw men. I don't need them. I got me and my girls. You know what I mean, though? It's like, so it's for loyalty to me, myself, and I.
Yes.
I don't need
Yeah.
anybody.
You're on your own, kid.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Like, I don't need anybody else. Like,
yeah.
I've got myself. Exactly. You're on your own, kid. I
And
love that.
I can count on me
Yeah.
and
And I don't need
that's
anybody
okay.
else. And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, just kidding. You're pretty great, Travis. And then she keeps going, all that time I sat alone in my tower. I'm very excited for this one. So I forgot. So if you guys are new, I was going to say, if you're old, if you're,
If you're a seasoned
thank
Swiftie.
you. Well, I was just going to say, if you're seasoned a junior Jewel, you know that Jess and I love our forwards. Like the forwards that Taylor puts
Oh
out
yeah.
are chef's kiss. They're so good. I'd forgotten about this. In the Tortured Poets forward, she said, how gallant to save the Empress from her gilded tower. Swinging a sword he could barely lift, but loneliness struck at fateful hour. I
I forgot about that.
I know, but
And
I'm
it's
just like,
amazing.
she was like, I feel like it was a call back to that. It's like, I sat
Yeah.
alone in my tower and remember when Maddie tried to come and save me?
And he could barely
And he
lift
could
the
barely lift a
sword.
sword because he's the smallest man that ever lived. But I just loved that connection. I thought it was like really, really fun.
Well,
Um,
it's interesting, like there are so many connections to like her in the tower of a castle. Like we're gonna talk about
mhm.
that in a later song today.
Okay.
And also like just the imagery of the end of the Bejeweled music video. Like that is what I
Oh,
picture,
love it. Yeah, I hadn't even
you
thought of
know.
that. But that's a
Yeah.
really, really good point. Well, and I think it's interesting because I had seen, so I feel like this is like not Swifties that are saying this, but So many people I've seen be like, she doesn't even know what Ophelia is or Hamlet because like Ophelia was never in a tower. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't get it. She's not like giving us the exact
She's not
story
just
of Ophelia.
she's not talking about Ophelia, she's talking about herself
I
and
know.
how she can
She's,
sometimes relate to
yeah.
Ophelia.
But also how like she was saved from not ending up like
Yes.
Ophelia. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. I
And
just think
she's,
that's
yeah,
funny.
again, she's not saying Ophelia sat alone
Yeah.
in her tower. She's saying I.
I totally. I know.
She
Um,
is not Ophelia.
I know. Like
Oh,
people,
so
they just
funny.
don't get it. And then the next thing I want to talk about is she says, "You dug me out of my grave." The amount of grave lyrics
Yeah.
and references that we got in Tortured Poets Department, it just, I love how many little hints that we're getting in this song back to Tortured Poets and how she's almost like, this is where I was
Yeah.
and now I am here. Like you saved me from staying in that state that I was in the Tortured Poets Department.
Yes. Well, and again, like it's so fun to be a Taylor Swift fan because again, you can just love Taylor's music. You can listen to the song, enjoy it, bop, sing and
Yeah.
dance in the car, do the TikTok dance, have the time of your life. But you can also literally read one line, "You dug me out of my grave." You can read that one line and it just explodes into all
Yeah.
these like sub sections of like her previous
Totally.
album that just like connect to all these other things if you want to go that far, and it's so dang fun.
I know. Ugh.
The
It's
lore
the
is
best.
deep.
The Lord. Yeah.
We were talking about that, we were texting about that earlier when we were prepping this. It's just like because
It's,
we go back, like we reference our old episodes and
yep.
research we've done for like the new music like all the time, and it's really funny.
I know. I'm like, oh my goodness. The amount of research that I have done on past things to help with this is thank you, past me. Thank you, past
It's
me.
like, remember, I don't remember if I ever shared this on the podcast, but I was researching for one of our outlines and I was like Googling something
Oh,
like,
I do remember this.
what is this something about? I don't know. I was like
Yeah.
Googling a question and our YouTube video popped up as the first result on Google. I was like,
I love it.
this is like such like what a
It's
moment.
cool. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I
So
love it.
fun.
Okay, so yeah, I just love that, like the grave and all those references to torture poets. And then she says, and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. And that's kind of just what I said too, is, tortured poets was her experience. And if he hadn't have saved her, she was going to end up like
Yeah.
Ophelia. Like she was goner. And then it goes keep it 100, which we've talked about, especially on the Easter egg thing, but just the whole like podcast, Travis's Instagram post saying that and everything.
Numerology,
Yep, all the
87
things.
plus 13.
Yep. And then on the land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance to your hands. So I didn't realize how much online chatter there was about how big Travis's hands are compared to Taylor's. I'm sorry, the amount of posts I saw about their hands while I was researching this song is insane to me.
I sorry, I feel like I'm
Oh, you're
interrupting a
good.
ton.
No, go.
I also want to say I've had a lot of people I know personally and just seen people online say, "What does it mean to pledge allegiance to your hands?"
Mm.
And I mean, so like if you Google like define pledge allegiance, it's basically like vowing your loyalty or
Yeah.
like being loyal. So she's being loyal to his hands, which I interpret as like his love
Mm.
and
Yeah.
him. And then like her loyalty to his team
Team.
and
The
to his
Chiefs. Yep.
vibes. Also, we I literally don't think we talked about this on the music video deep dive, partially
Uh-huh.
because I hadn't even made the connection, which feels really embarrassing. But this part in the song and the music video when she does the dance and she does like the two hands up and down thing,
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
like that's Travis's touchdown. Like he does that after he
Oh,
scores touchdowns all the
that's
time.
so fun.
I
I didn't
know.
realize that he did it before. I'd seen
Yeah,
the video of him doing it after, but that's cute. I didn't realize
I
that.
know. Yes.
Oh,
So
that is
fun.
way fun. And then, like you just said, your team and your vibes. I love what a vibes guy Travis is, and I love that she
Hmm.
recognizes that and hypes it up. Um, like the quote she says is, I knew that this was the kind of album that he was going to love the most. He's so supportive of it all, but he's a real vibes guy. Like, oh, so fun. And it kind of goes with what she was saying in that Amazon track by track, where she was saying this is blending like old language and old Shakespeare with
Hmm.
new language. Like Shakespeare's never going to
Yes.
be like your vibes, you know? So I
Yeah.
just love it. And then she says a little bit later, because now you're mine. And I just had to include that because I love the song Mine from Speak Now.
Hmm.
So I just had to include that. And then I also love when she goes, it's about to be the sleepless night. That gave me a lot of nods to Midnights, but I felt like
Mm.
Midnights was Sleepless Nights, honestly full of anxiety.
Yeah,
And
that's
now
I hadn't thought
it's,
about that. I
yeah,
love that.
I know. But now it's like Sleepless Nights that are not. It's like happy Sleepless
Yeah,
Nights.
that's
So I love
so
that.
fun. Oh, I
Um,
love that.
and then she says, yeah, you've been dreaming of the fate of Ophelia. I found this Reddit. Where did it go? Sorry, guys. I have like so many screenshots, and I thought I did a better job of. Oh my goodness.
I can talk.
Please do. Where is
Apparently, I have
it?
a lot to say today.
No, go.
Um, I'm gonna go back up to where she says, "Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky." I think that's fun because their relationship while she was on the Eras tour, like they kind of just had to like make do with like what they could, and so they spent a lot of time together on the land in airplanes, and we
Mm,
also like have seen them be on boats together, and I just like
yeah.
think that's fun to like show the different like ways they've had to like be together.
I love
I
that.
also I did make a joke. Do you remember what I said about this?
Uh-uh. Oh, yeah, I do. No, I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is
I
it
was like, wait,
appropriate? I'm
what?
like, I
Yeah,
know
it's
we have children
appropriate.
that listen.
Say it. Say it.
I made a
I think
joke.
it's
I was
funny.
like, it's like when she says keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky is at like the Mile High Club. Like she's like, yeah, we've kept it 100 on the land and the sea
All
and in the
over.
sky.
That is amazing. I
So
am
it's like on
so.
the table, on the floor, on the couch. Sorry.
Where else, Jess? Could you keep going with that?
In the bed, in the car.
I am so sad. I don't know where that screenshot is. What a bummer. Well, apparently I had a really cool screenshot, but I just love that it's like, wait, maybe it was this one. You guys, what is with everything today? Um, where'd that? I was like, I think I know which one it is. Okay, yeah. So here it is. So it says, Ophelia went mad. She eventually went down to a river and while singing sad songs, fell in, floated, and then drowned. And this is what Taylor is using. The narrative of the song is not about Hamlet and Ophelia. It's the tale based on her and Travis Kelsey. So I love that where it's like this, like we kind of mentioned earlier, this is not a song about Ophelia. This is
Yes.
a love song about Taylor and Travis. And Taylor is not telling him that she was Ophelia. She was telling him that she was worried about having the same ending as that character. She said she was going crazy. She felt that when she stopped singing, all there would be left to do was to drown. Which I was like, oh my gosh, just like Ophelia, I love that. But then to take a step further, even the song does. After Ophelia's death, there was drama and controversy about whether or not the drowning was suicide, because that would impact whether or not she should be allowed to be buried in a churchyard. Suicide victims were believed to have died in mortal sin, so were not allowed in burial on church grounds. This is an apt comparison for what it says about losing one's mind. Taylor's career, the feeling of drowning, and even the way everyone will weigh in with their own opinions when it's all over. And I just like love that because I feel like that was such a connection to what everybody was saying in Tortured Poets. And so now it's just like you have no idea what could have happened unless Travis came. And I just like I love to look at this song from that perspective of no, this is a love
Yes.
song of her and Travis, not a how she's like Ophelia kind of a thing.
Yeah. And I don't know, just hearing you say what you just said, I don't this isn't like a super direct connection, but like it just took me to the scene in the anti-hero music video of the
Oh,
funeral for her. And
yeah.
it's like she's already gone, everyone's like fighting over stuff and like
Yeah.
arguing, and she's not really there to like speak for herself. That's like what
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah,
reminded
that's
me of.
really interesting. I love that.
Interesting.
Okay, now we're on verse 2. She says, the eldest daughter of a nobleman. So that's, I just love that's kind of like a little nod to track 5. Ophelia lived in fantasy. So I researched in Hamlet, apparently Ophelia was often portrayed drifting between reality and illusion. And the fantasy that like she would go to in her mind would often was like a reflection of her very fragile mental state. So it's basically just saying like she would drift off and go into these fantasy lands because
I
mentally
was
she
gonna
was
say that
not
reminds
there.
me of I Hate It Here, and I see you
No.
have that written
Oh,
down.
there we go. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
was just
and
it made me feel very similar to like what Taylor did with I Hate It Here, just like Jess said. And also even folklore, because I feel
yeah.
like during that time in her life, she didn't feel like she could be talking about her current life. And I
Yeah,
think she
she felt like she had to
probably,
escape to a fantasy
yeah,
for sure.
drifted. And I also love it because she drifted into reality, delusion, and fantasy, which I think
Yeah.
folklore had a lot of reality, probably a decent amount of delusion, and a lot of fantasy. And like you take all three of those things and wove it together, and I feel like that's what folklore is. I
Oh
loved
my
that.
gosh. And even folk, I even like when you say those three words, I think
Yeah.
of folklore, I think of Midnights, and I think of
Yeah.
Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. And then, but love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. So just, her sanity was gone. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier. She was a goner. And then she says, and if you never come for me, I might have lingered in purgatory, which I feel like is the perfect word to describe how she felt in Tortured Poets. And then you wrap around me like a chain, a crown of vine, which I had not made this connection, but it kind of is referencing Ophelia's floral garlands around her head and the willow branch that was involved in her death. But I also saw like somebody connected to how Travis is always like wrapping himself around Taylor.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, that's such a fun way to make it an Ophelia reference, but saying that like Travis is doing this in like a positive way, not the way that
Yes.
Ophelia died. So I just love that.
Oh, I love
And
it.
then pulling me into the fire, another TNT reference. But I also saw somebody say this. What is the opposite of water and drowning? Is fire. And so like that's why like a
Fun.
lot of these fire references are towards Travis
And
because
so,
that's
because
what
it's like
happened. It's
not
the
only
opposite of
did you
drowning.
pull me out from drowning, like you
Yeah.
didn't just do that, but you also pulled me
Pulled
into
me
the
into the
fire.
fire. Yeah. Like, oh, I love it. And then we just get like repeats of stuff. And then "'tis locked inside my memory." I also didn't know this. This is a direct Hamlet quote in Act 1, Scene 3. And it says, "'Tis in my memory
I'm
locked, and
obsessed
you
with this.
yourself shall keep the key of it." I was like, oh my
Wow.
gosh. So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
obsessed with this whole
almost
part because this is where I feel like she really goes to the like old language to like mix with the new
totally.
language.
Yes. And which exactly because she has that old language. And then, and only you possess the key, which again reminds me of I Hate It Here. Secret gardens in
Mm-hmm.
my mind, people
Yep.
need a key to get to. And
Yeah.
now she's saying, you have that key. Like, and what I also love is that she says, and only you possess the key. So it's almost like she doesn't, like in my mind, I kind of like to think that she doesn't even
Yeah.
have a key anymore. It's like, I'm here and you have a key that is like gonna be able to come to the secret garden with me. Almost like I don't even need the key to get into. Like you have it. Like we're just here together. And I just love them so much.
I could like really ruin the cuteness right now.
Oh, boo, don't. Okay, we're moving. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
What is like
Oh no.
the typical joke with a lock and a key? I just feel
Boo.
like it's a
Boo.
reference to
Just
Wood.
kidding.
He has the key to
Uh,
open up her thighs. His love was the key, guys. His love was the
I
key.
mean,
No, we'll
that
keep it
too.
cute.
That too.
It's cute.
I mean, screw secret gardens. She doesn't need them anymore.
No, she
She does not.
doesn't.
She does not.
Um,
Yeah, and
this
then no longer
I was
drowning
also just gonna
undeceived.
comment, which like I guess If you have not listened to our last subscriber episode,
Oh.
10 out of 10 recommend. 10 out of 10 recommend.
I feel like there was a lot of people
But we,
that liked it too. There were so many messages
yeah,
that we got from people being like, I needed that rant so much. Thank you. Because I think a lot of people are feeling
yeah.
that. Basically,
But
we just
like,
like ranted and then Jess shared a bunch of fun little facts, which somebody was like, I love the rant. Also, I love Jess random facts.
that makes me
I love
happy.
it. Yeah.
This part though of this song, like, how can you read this and tell me that her lyrics are
I know.
not poetic and intricate and beautiful? Like, give me
You
a
can't.
break.
You
This
can't.
is pure poetry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, and then, yeah, no longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. And then that's kind of it
So good.
with the lyrics. I just love that song. I think it's so well done.
Yes. So well
Okay,
done.
well, we are going to take a quick ad break to talk about one of today's sponsors, which is Wally Cases.
Yes, we love, love, love our Wally cases. You guys hear us talk about them all the time.
Yes,
They
we're
are these
showcasing them.
special, yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can see we have these special phone cases with like a little loop on the back. And it's nice because like the loop will lay flat. There's like so many options. The loop will lay flat. Carly's is a magnetic one that the wallet can detach. Um, but it's so nice it lays flat. Like it doesn't affect how it fits in my pocket or in my hand at all. It's so convenient. Mine has the wallet just attached, so I have my cards and my ID in there on me all the time. I have a friend that has a Wally case and she doesn't use it for her wallet and she's always losing her wallet. I'm like, can you please just use your
Just
Wally case?
come on, use it how it's intended.
Really, but they have so many cute designs and
They
like
do.
this time of year is so fun to shop for. Like there's just always really fun designs that come out during like the
Yeah.
fall or the holidays. And so they're going to have like a bunch of fun designs coming out. And I know like even if you're getting the new iPhone, they already have cases for the new iPhone. So if you need a new phone case, have to
Yes.
snag one.
Honestly, it is the best phone case ever. I am obsessed with it so much. So if you want to get the best phone case ever as well, you can use code TTN for 10% off at walletcases.com.
Yeah. Okay, our other podcast sponsor today is Getaway Today.
So, if you guys have not heard of Getaway Today, they are basically like a travel agency and they do discounted like theme park tickets, hotels, packages for traveling. I am a huge Disney adult. I am just gonna own it loud and proud. We go to Disneyland all the time, and when we go, we use Getaway Today. It's the way that I've done it, even growing up. Like, this is how my mom would take us to Disneyland. It's just like what you did. They get major discounts off of tickets. Like, if you are looking for the best way to get tickets, it's Getaway Today. And you can, like, bundle your tickets and your hotel, and they have hotels all along the like right outside of Disneyland property, which is super great. And then we also have a code which is awesome because it gets you like $10 off. And so Jess will share that in a second, but it's not just Disneyland. You can do Disney World, it's Universal, it's Legoland, SeaWorld, like all of those like theme parks and stuff, they have got it all. So if you are planning on going on a trip anytime soon, you are definitely going to want to check out Getaway Today.
So fun. Yeah. So if you want to use them for just a discount in general, and then you can get an extra discount with our
Yes.
code. Our code is TTN10. It gets you $10 off at getawaytoday.com.
Perfect. Okay, I feel like we should have like flipped these around, but I'm back on. I'm also track two, Elizabeth Taylor
Yes.
too. So for yeah, the Amazon track by track, Taylor said, "Oh my goodness, I literally copied and pasted
The wrong
the
one.
wrong one. Like, what am I doing?"
I
Oh
thought
my
I was
gosh.
going crazy today, which I told you
Apparently,
that.
I am.
Apparently you were, you just didn't know. So
I
you've
just
been in
didn't
a
know.
state of delusion today.
Apparently. Okay, here is the Elizabeth Taylor. I was like looking, I'm like, wait a second, that makes zero sense. Okay, so she said, Elizabeth Taylor is one of the most ultimate, quintessential showgirls I could ever imagine. You know, not in literal sense as much as she was under a microscope. So intense. And she handled it with humor and she got along with her life. She continued to make incredible art. And so this is a love song kind of through the lens of a motif of what she had to go through in her own life and sort of the parallels that I feel in my own life. You know, role models are pretty hard to come by, but I would absolutely say that she's one of mine. And I think it's fun because we've heard her talk about Elizabeth Taylor before, and we're going to talk about that as we talk about this song. But clearly, Elizabeth Taylor is somebody that she absolutely sees as a role model. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited to kind of like dive into this a little bit. So it starts out and she just says, Elizabeth Taylor. And let's talk about Elizabeth Taylor for a second to give us some context. So Elizabeth Taylor is another old Hollywood star who was known for her crazy personal life. She was married 8 times. I did not realize that. 8 times. Yeah. And each one was like a huge topic for public discussion, which I mean, doesn't really surprise me. But I think that's probably why Taylor related to her and probably related to her like far back in the 1989 Reputation era when that
Hmm.
was such a big part of people scrutinizing Taylor of you've had
Yeah.
too many boyfriends, right?
Yeah.
Another connection, like I said, is Taylor has mentioned Elizabeth Taylor in a song before. So in Ready for It, she says, and he can be my jailer, Burton to this Taylor. I thought it was really interesting. It's almost like that was like the song that she was singing when she thought she had found somebody that could weather the tricky parts of public love and fame with her, right? But it's interesting that Burton and Taylor, they were married, they got divorced, and they were married, and then they got divorced. Now, this is also crazy, which we never
What?
talked about this in the Reputation era, which we should redo the Rep series, honestly, because I feel like we could find so much more info now that we've like done this for a while. But um, Elizabeth Taylor had an affair with Richard Burton, whom she had left this guy Eddie Fisher with. That totally gives me vibes of her leaving oh my gosh, Tom Hiddleston to
Yeah.
go be with Joe. So
My
that
mind is
line,
exploding.
he can be my jailer, Burton to this Taylor, I feel like fits even more than I initially thought. And I'm sure everybody's just like, yeah,
Oh
duh,
my
like that makes
gosh.
sense. But I did not know that much about Elizabeth Taylor. And so I love it. It just is, I don't know. It was like crazy to me. I loved the whole thing. But also, oh, that was what I wanted to go back and just talk about how I feel like this song was like Ready for It was her with Joe when she felt like this is who is going to figure out the tricky parts of love with me. Like this is who it's going to be. And now I feel like Elizabeth Taylor, the song now, feels more of like, nope, I was wrong. And now is this going to be forever, Elizabeth Taylor? Like,
Well, that's
is
what I love.
Travis the
It's like
forever?
I love it because she said that like Elizabeth Taylor is a role model to her. She looks up to her. She would probably ask her for advice, and that's what she's doing here. Like,
Yeah,
you've walked this path before me. Like, what do you think? Like, do
yeah,
you think this is forever? And I'm
yeah.
obsessed with it.
I know. I love that it is. It's like she's talking to her in the song, which is so fun. And then she
Yes.
says, "Do you think it's forever?" And I think that like line made me think of Blank Space when she says, "So it's going to be forever or it's going to go down in flames." And I think that
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of life, right? Like when
Yeah, yeah.
you're going through, it's like this is either going to end up really good or it's not going to end up
Yeah,
really good.
and that's yeah, that's like it's just dating. Like it's
Yeah.
like everyone's wrong until it's right. And
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely, absolutely. And
it's
so
so
that's
good.
why like I love that connection of is this going to be forever or is this going to also go down in flames? So I just love that
Yeah.
call back to Blank Space. And then she says that view of Portofino was on my mind when you called me at the Plaza Atene. The way she sings this line, oh, I just love it every time.
It's so yummy.
It
Like
is.
it's so yummy. It
It's
scratches a part of my brain that needs
yes.
to be scratched.
Yes, 100%, 100%. So, kind of some fun facts about Elizabeth Taylor. She spent 4 of her honeymoons at Portofino,
I'm
just
sorry,
in
that's
case
hilarious.
anybody was wondering.
What?
And then there is a terrace of the hotel in Portofino where Richard Burton actually proposed to Elizabeth Taylor. So it's kind of another
Mm.
connection. In 1971, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton stayed at the Hotel Athenée for 6 months, which is also another connection. And then we get the Portofino name with Taylor in this album when she called it Portofino Orange Glitter Vinyl. So she thought that was
I
kind of
didn't
fun.
realize she called it that.
Yeah, I didn't either. So kind of fun.
Fun.
And then she says, ooh, oftentimes it doesn't feel so glamorous to be me. And I feel like we've heard this a lot of times. She understands that, like, her life, and I think this is a big line for what represents this album in general, is,
Hmm.
and why so many people were upset that this album isn't life of a showgirl. Where's all the glitz and the glam and the fun? And it's just like, what she's saying is right there. Oftentimes it doesn't feel so glamorous to be me. Yeah, my
Yeah.
life might look glamorous. And when I'm on the Eras Tour stage, of course I look glamorous. I'm performing. But then
Yeah.
when you take it back and you look at the life of me and
She's
like
got a
what's going
lot of
on,
other things going on behind the
absolutely.
scenes.
And it doesn't always feel so glamorous. So um, then she goes, all the right guys, which immediately in my head, I'm like, Joe and Maddie. I feel like
Yeah.
especially, I don't know, I just feel like I know a lot of people are like, we shouldn't include Maddie in this kind of a thing, but I think she did
She
because
absolutely does
I
multiple
think,
times.
well, and when she goes, thought I got it right once, twice, like in Wishlist, when she
Yeah.
says that, that to me is Joe and Maddie. And I
Yeah,
think
me
what
too.
happens is she probably like dated a bunch of people and was like, this is fun. Like, I like them all. I'm really sad when things don't work out. But like, it was Joe when I think she really was like, I can marry this guy. Like, this is it. This is my
Yeah.
end all. And then when they broke up and she went with Maddie, I think it was one of those where you're like, okay, that didn't work out, but I've known this guy for so long and
Hmm.
I really like him. He likes me. I like this guy and this guy are opposite. And I feel like
Hmm.
Maddie is the right one. Like, it's got to be right this time. Nope. Sorry. Nope. But I feel like that,
Thought you
like, it's
got it
just
right
so,
once,
yeah,
twice, but you did
you did
not.
not. Sorry. And then so all the right guys promised they'd stay. The word promise, I think it's a really interesting one that she chose because I feel like
Yes.
promise is such a big word. And it made me think so much of Tortured Poets because all over that album is promises we heard that Maddie
Hmm.
freaking Healy told to her that he immediately broke.
Yeah.
And so right
Yeah.
there, promised they'd stay, and then under bright lights, they withered away. And I think it happened with both
So,
of them.
yes, so
Both of them,
accurate.
yeah.
Like,
Both of them left
oh,
because of the spotlight. Joe didn't like the spotlight. He just couldn't handle it in general. He didn't like it.
yeah.
And then Maddie didn't like that. I felt like for two parts of it. I don't think he liked that all the spotlight was on Taylor. I think he had a hard time with that. I think he also wanted to shine in his own way. And I also don't think that he liked that in that spotlight, everybody hated him. It was
Yeah.
like nobody thought he was good enough for Taylor. And so they withered away. And there was one,
Yeah.
this is what I was texting Jess. I was like, thank goodness for our Maddie Healy deep dive because I used it today. So I went back and looked and because I remembered that Maddie Healy had done an interview. And so on March 17th of 2016, Maddie Healy had done an interview where he suggested that dating Taylor Swift would have been emasculating for him because of her huge global fame. He wanted to be known as Maddie Healy and not just Taylor Swift's boyfriend. And that to me right there, under bright white lights, they withered away. Like that
Yeah.
kind of a man is somebody that under bright lights withers away. A
Yeah.
hundred
Well, and
percent.
I'm pretty sure also we talked about that Maddie specifically said that he didn't love that, like, if I'm gonna see her, I have to jump through all these hoops and go
Yeah.
in these cars and down alleyways
Yep.
and,
Yeah.
like it's too complicated for me. I don't want to
Yeah.
deal with this.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's crazy.
Ugh. It's like Taylor, you deserved better. You got better.
But,
But
but,
here we go. And then she says, but you bloom. And I
yes.
love that word that she used
Yes.
because it's true. Travis blooms. He shines in that
Yeah.
spotlight. He is
He
not
welcomes it with
shying
open
away from that
arms.
fame. Yeah, he is like, let's go. Let's do this. for you. And doesn't mean that like he's dating her for the fame or that it's all about the fame, but he doesn't shy away from it and he blooms in it. And I love that for her. Ugh, so much. And then Portofino was on my mind, and I think you know why. And if your letters ever said goodbye, which you've brought this up before, but it really gives us
On
Cornelia Street
initial listen,
2.0
yeah. Yeah, first
vibes.
time I listened, I'm like, this is,
Yep.
yeah,
Like, do not leave. Yeah.
totally
And
fine.
then she said, I'd cry my eyes violet, which, so people believed that Elizabeth Taylor had violet eyes, but I saw somebody mention that because Taylor's eyes are blue, when you turn, like when you cry so much that your eyes like are red, red plus blue is violet. So it's
Oh, yeah.
like she's crying so much that she is crying her eyes violet. So in her own way.
Oh,
I just thought that
okay.
was
I
kind of fun.
love
Yeah.
that. Yes.
And then we'll skip down. She goes, been number one, but I never had two. And I love this line because I feel
So
like
good.
I've seen people ask, like, what do you think this means? Personally, for me, I feel like I've had a lot of number one hits. I've had a lot of achievements. I've hit those charts, but I've never had that person next to me to share it with, that
That's
success.
totally how I
So,
interpret it too,
yeah.
and I love it.
Yes.
I
And
love
just the way she says it is so smooth that like I
it.
know
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying in just a couple words. And it's
Yeah.
so good. And then she says, and I can't have fun if I can't have be my and why when Hollywood hates me. So I have two things to kind of share with this that I love. So I feel like the first one is Taylor views New York as her safe place. Like she moved there and you could just tell how much she loves New York. She's still
Hmm.
there. She loves it so much. So I feel like that is her safe place. That is her home. And that's what she's saying Travis is. Like Travis is like her New York, her home, her safe place.
Yeah.
But I also think it's kind of fun because Elizabeth Taylor actually kind of balanced Hollywood and East Coast life as well. And so that's kind of like that connection with Elizabeth Taylor. But Elizabeth Taylor also found success on Broadway, so in New York, after Hollywood started shutting her out for being too old. And I did not know that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I thought it was kind of interesting.
Um, I think this line is fun too because, oh, I love that I don't know, she just through lyrics, through visuals, there's a lot of like movie references, which
Yeah.
just makes me wonder if we're getting Easter eggs.
Oh, I hope.
But also, didn't we talk about possibly in the 1989 era deep like series that we did? Doesn't she, isn't it New York that she has like a way better relationship with paparazzi than in
Yes.
LA? Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. No, absolutely. Yeah, I think she says like what did she say? Something about like the New York
They
paparazzi
just like
will
keep
just
their
like
distance
yeah,
more.
they'll take their picture and just kind of like leave her alone and yeah, like kind of do it from a distance where all the ones in Hollywood are just like right up in her face and it's
Hmm.
more I don't know the word I was looking for, but
It's more
anyway.
invasive.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about where she says, "Hey, what could you possibly get for the girl who has everything and nothing all at once?" I just feel like this is so Taylor coded because
Hmm.
she is absolutely the girl who has everything, but
Yeah.
also, like she said, nothing. Like it's definitely prophecy vibes, right? She was like,
Yes,
I'd give up
absolutely.
anything. Like, I don't want money, just someone to keep me company.
Yeah.
I also think it's kind of fun though. Elizabeth Taylor started a movie called The Girl Who Had Everything. So it could also
What?
be a nod to that. Yeah, which I thought was kind of fun.
Fun.
And then she says, Babe, I would trade the Cartier for someone to trust. Just kidding. I love it.
Another,
This
well, it's
like
funny
little
because it's
snark.
like, when it's almost like it's like a mature version of the prophecy where like she's
Yeah.
saying like I would trade the money if I could have love, and now she's realizing like I actually don't have to trade it. Like I can
Yeah.
have my fame and my success and my money and my nice things, and I can have love.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to sacrifice one for the other.
Don't have to settle,
Even though
ladies.
I'd be
Yeah.
willing to, but I don't need
Me
to.
too. Totally, totally. Well, and I just love. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Elizabeth Taylor was apparently synonymous with Cartier jewelry, because she had a 69 carat diamond gifted to her by Richard Burton. Like, oh my
Oh,
gosh. 69 karat diamond. Wow. Wow.
It's so crazy to me that she can like write this music that flows so well and like is fun and it's great, but like there's so much like connection
Oh,
to
yeah.
other things. I'm like, how are you even putting this together? Like,
Oh, I know. Yeah, I have
this is
no idea.
crazy.
I mean, you think like just these first two songs, Fate of Ophelia and Elizabeth Taylor, like the
Yeah,
amount of fun little, I guess, quote unquote, Easter eggs that she's putting in to
yeah.
relate to Elizabeth Taylor or
Other
Fate of Ophelia
things. Yeah,
is insane to me. She's so good. Then she
yeah.
goes, we hit the best booth at Musso and Frank's, and that is a restaurant that was opened in 1919 and is very high end status symbol, and it's located in Hollywood, California. And then she goes, they say I'm bad news, and I just say thanks, which very similar, I feel like, to Blank Space vibes again.
Hmm.
She's just like, I know you all hate me. I know you all don't think that I'm good
And
news,
the
but
albatross.
oh yeah, I hadn't made that connection. Absolutely, yes. And then all my white diamonds and lovers are forever, which white diamond is one of the most popular celebrity fragrances in history. That Elizabeth
Which
Taylor released
was,
in
yeah,
1991. Yeah.
so
And
fun.
then she goes, in the papers, on the screen, and in their minds. So both Taylor and Elizabeth Taylor had their past relationships almost like haunting them constantly in the papers, on the screen, like in the media, everywhere, being talked
Hmm.
about. But I also love it because then she says, and in their minds. And to me, that kind of says, like,
Mm.
in their exes' minds,
Oh,
which is kind of
yeah.
fun
It's not in my
because,
mind or in
yeah,
our mind, it's
yeah,
in their
in their
minds.
mind. Yeah, which I think is so fun because it's
Mm.
almost like my life lives rent free in your minds because my
Yeah.
like life is everywhere. And it's kind of like a little dig, but it's very
Because it's
subtle
kind of
and I
like
love
it's
it.
like it's like you have your high school ex-boyfriend. You might
Yeah.
follow each other on social media, or
Yeah.
maybe you don't because you don't want to see it. But it's like with Taylor Swift, like
It's
I
everywhere.
thought of that like when Taylor was doing the Eras tour in
Yeah.
London, and her face was quite literally plastered everywhere. I'm like, I wonder if this sucks for Joe. But
I
then
had
yeah,
thought
when
that.
she's
That's
like all
funny.
happy in love and she gets engaged, and it's like it, you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah.
Like you can't not hear about it. And so
Yes.
like she knows that they just constantly know her stuff.
I love it. Anyway,
Oh
so
man.
that wraps up Elizabeth Taylor. Kind of
So
fun.
fun.
It was a good one.
Yes. Okay. I am so excited. I'm obsessed with Opalite, track 3.
Same.
And I don't know. I have like developed this like strong connection to the song. So who
Love it.
knows?
Let's go.
This song is fun and upbeat, but I don't know. I might get emotional. I was getting emotional when I was putting this together, so I'm a little nervous, but we'll
Hey,
see.
we're here for it. We love all emotions here, especially when talking about Taylor.
um, so in the Amazon track by track, Taylor said, Opalite is a song on my album that I think is just so infectiously, contagiously happy and really an expression of how the song is itself about choosing happiness and getting through rough times, adversity and really choosing your own joy and sort of path of joy. And it didn't just happen accidentally for you. Opalite is actually a man made opal. And I kind of took that metaphor of a man made gemstone and applied it to, well, what if you make your own happiness? And like I really do love that sort of comparison between the two and the analogy, and it turned into one of the fairer songs on the album.
Oh, it's so
And I love it too because like I don't remember if she talked about this in the movie or like somewhere else, but um like she is kind of saying it in the sense of like Travis, and like again he's a vibes guy, he's a human exclamation point, like
yeah.
he helps like create his own happiness. And then obviously I think we've talked previously about how an opal is Travis's birthstone, which is super fun. And then she had the opal ring or opalite
Oh,
ring. Is
yeah.
that the
Uh-huh.
one from Keely Teller?
Yeah.
Her and her mom have always loved opals or
Opals. Hmm.
opalites. Um, so she starts out by saying, I had a bad habit of missing lovers past, which
So
is
good.
like, well, I mean, this whole intro is like
Oh, it's so good. It's
incredible.
so good.
But just I don't know. I'm just thinking again about that. The penny, like the bad pennies,
Oh,
like they
uh-huh.
come back. I don't know. It just
Yep.
reminds me of that. But and then she says, my brother used to call it eating out of the trash. Like,
That too. I mean, I love that analogy too. That is such a thing that a brother says to you, right?
yes,
Like
for
such a
sure.
brother thing to say,
Yes.
but it's also so true. Like
Yes.
Austin, thank you. That is the perfect way to say it. When you are
Yes.
missing an old, lover, I guess, and you like want to go back, and it's just like, no, that's eating out of the trash. Like they're
They're
gone
in
and
the
done
trash for a
for a reason.
reason.
Yes.
Leave them there.
I just love it. Oh,
It's
it's
so good.
so good.
It's never gonna last. And then, oh, so obsessed with this. I thought my house was haunted. I used to live with ghosts. I didn't even annotate this in our outline
Uh,
because there was just too much.
too much.
I took pictures instead because
Well,
it's just too long.
perfect.
But like Taylor has referenced ghosts
Oh,
through almost all of, honestly, so many of her albums.
yeah.
Obviously, she has her song Haunted.
Mm,
Um, and then I like, obviously, there's a bunch of ghost references and tortured poets, but I
yeah.
didn't even think of this, and I love this. The Archer.
Oh, that is not one
And
that I've thought of either.
I know because that's how she like kind of talks about her relationship anxiety, and she says the room is on
Oh,
fire, invisible ghosts. She used
whoa.
to live with ghosts, so like anxiety in her relationship. Like
Yeah.
I love that
Well, and
connection.
even just thinking of that's from the Lover album. You think of
Yeah.
the Lover house. I thought
Yeah.
my house was haunted. I used to live with ghosts. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Taylor. So
I
glad it's
know.
better for you now.
I know. And then obviously we have a bunch of ghost
Yeah.
references in Tortured
Torture poets.
Poets. So Florida, she says, well, me and my ghosts, we had a hell of a time. And then and how did it end? She says, my holy ghost and me sitting in a tree, DYING. And let's see. And then also just like how she talks about ghosting in Tortured Poets,
Yeah.
being ghosted.
I also just thought too, because you brought up the fact of living with ghosts kind of being anxiety, it made me think of
Yeah.
Antihero and the music video
Yeah,
when there's
ghosts
like
in
the
there
ghosts in
in
there.
her house.
Yeah, in her house. I wonder if
Oh, I
that's
have
like, I know
chills.
I do too. And I
Do
hadn't
you
thought
think
of
that's like
that.
the relationship anxiety?
I
Like
think
I
it's
feel
got to
like
be.
it's really strongly tied more to the Archer lyric than any
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, that just, yes. Yes.
Ties it
I
all
think,
together.
yes, absolutely. Because I kept thinking of tortured poets too. But when you
Yeah,
brought that up, I just feel like it
it fits
encompasses
so
all of it.
well.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this is crazy. So then she says, and all the perfect couples said in quotes, when you know, and when you don't, you don't. I hope you don't know this
I don't
because
think
I
I do.
want to
I saw the first line and
okay.
I
I
do
want to
not.
blow your mind.
Yes. Do it. Do
This is
it.
a very specific reference.
Okay.
So, Lana Del Rey, who's a
Uh-huh.
very friend of Taylor's,
Yeah.
um, and Jack Antonoff, who obviously is very good friends with Taylor, they work together fairly regularly.
Uh-huh.
They used this idiom in
Oh.
Lana's song in March of 2023 called Margaret, which is the name of
Okay.
Jack's.
Uh-huh.
Um, and Jack used this lyric originally to express his feelings for his wife. And
Oh.
has like referenced to them as like the perfect couple.
Yeah.
So like
I love that.
so cute.
That is so cute.
I
It's
know.
fun like when you hear, because I always wondered like who's she talking
That
about
seems
here?
so
Like
specific.
who do you think is the perfect couple? Like which
Yeah.
quote unquote perfect couple to you, Taylor, said this to you. And now
Yes.
we
And like
know.
it's fun too because actually something fun kind of where my mind goes with this
Uh-huh.
too is even like the Mary song couple.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cute?
87,
For
89.
so many reasons.
Yeah.
But like because like when I heard that I'm like you could easily like just say that as like a general statement, but it's
Yeah.
really fun to be able to tie it to a very personal relationship to
Totally.
Taylor.
Especially because that's what Taylor does. You know,
Yes.
she is only going to say that if somebody's actually said that to her, which I love.
Yes, for sure. Especially when it's in quotes.
Yes.
Um, and then and all of the foes and all of the friends. So she says, all right, now I'm looking for my screenshot or my picture, or
Too
did I
much
not?
information. It
Oh yeah,
really
so
is so much.
yes. So in Castles Crumbling, she
Okay.
says, my foes and friends watch my reign end.
Mm.
And then in The Archer again, she says,
Man.
all of my enemies start out as
Oh,
friends.
yeah. All of the
Um,
foes and all of the friends. Man.
yeah. And it's interesting because I kind of interpret because she says all of the foes and all the friends have seen it before, they'll see it again. And I feel like that reminds me of what you just said. Like her life and her love life is just
Oh,
thrown
everywhere.
out in front of everyone. They're gonna see it. They know what's going on, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Um, and then she says, life is a song, it ends when it ends. I was wrong. And then we get to the chorus. Just so it's like impossible not to
I
dance,
know. I'm
but
like, okay, here we go. Sing it, Jess.
I love that she starts it with "but my mama told
I
me" because like we
know.
obviously know how close she is to her mom, and like her mom has probably held her through so many heartbreaks, and
Yes.
like it's really fun to like just get a little Andrea moment in here.
Yes.
But my mama told me it's all right. You were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite. This is fun because onyx, like opalite, is a gemstone as well as a color. Onyx is a black stone and opalite is white. So the transition from onyx night to the opalite sky represents going from one very dark jewel tone to its opposite.
Huh.
Um, so cute.
We love it.
And then um, I highlighted this in green because like it's like I kind of noticed this just listening, but she just makes really subtle changes. Um
Oh.
before like before this line, she says, have seen it before, like all the foes and all the friends have seen it before, they'll see it again. Later in the song, she says, and all of the foes and all of the friends have messed up before, they'll mess up again.
Oh.
And then this one never made no one like you before. Later, she says, never met you, never met someone, never met no one like you before.
Let's
Instead of
see.
never
Oh, never
made no one like you
made no
before.
one like you before. Oh, that's fun. I don't think I
Yeah.
ever
They're
totally
very
made that connection.
slight
Yeah.
differences, which is fun.
I love
And
that.
then I love you had to make your own sunshine, but now the sky is opalite.
So
Um,
good.
and then you couldn't understand it. This is where we get into Travis's past relationship. You couldn't understand it, why you felt alone. You were in it for real. She was in her phone and you were just a pose, which is kind of a dig at
Yeah.
Travis's ex, Kayla Nicole. She was an influencer, Travis's previous girlfriend before Taylor. And during his relationship with her, there were claims that Kayla was using their relationship to like boost her popularity on social media.
Yeah.
And then I love this. She says, and don't we try to love, we give it all we got. And it's like kind of saying that they both stayed too long in past
Oh,
relationships because even though they weren't that happy, it was really important for them that they were putting in as much effort as possible and to like make it work.
yeah.
But
I
like
love that.
it was wrong. And yeah,
Yeah.
and then perfectly leads us into you finally left the table, which I still love all the connections to that one.
Yes.
Especially like right where you left me. And
Oh yeah,
then
that was on our subscriber episode, right?
yes. And then what a simple thought. You're starving till you're not.
That is probably one of my all-time favorite Taylor Swift lines, honestly.
Yeah.
What a
It
simple
is
thought. You're
10 out
starving
of
till you're
10.
not.
Yeah.
I just like don't even have words to like say anything about it because it's so good.
Yes. And I am going to tap out. I don't feel like reading this, so I'm going to make you read this.
Perfect. I will
Is
have
that
some things to
okay?
say. Yes, 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 yes. I
I
love it. I'm
can't
here.
today.
So no, you're totally fine. So yeah, so it's just she just said this line is basically about choosing to leave a bad relationship or an unhealthy situation, whatever that is, right? And how like the simplicity of how that turns this thing from bad to okay or like maybe even good, but it's really difficult to leave in the moment. So it's one of those things where you're like, it's such a simple thought, right? Like the simple thought should be if you're in a bad situation, leave. But
Yes.
it's literally never that easy. But it's like a simple thought, right?
Yeah.
That you are starving for whatever you need in your relationship, in your life, and then till you're not, till you leave.
Get out of it,
Get
and
out
then
of it.
you're
Yeah.
not
And
starving, and
you
then you're not
move
starving.
on and you realize like, and I don't want to say that it's an easy fix because I don't think it always necessarily is an easy fix
Easier
necessarily.
said than
But
done.
yeah, but I think the thought of you're starving and you're struggling until you're not is kind
Yeah.
of what the like simplicity of it is.
Yes.
So,
Oh, so good.
it's such
Thanks for
oh,
taking.
it's just yeah, you're welcome. It's such a good line. Such a good line.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, so good. Tattoo it on my body. And all, so, and then again, and all of the foes and all the friends have messed up before, they'll mess up again. This can kind of be seen as a callback to Canceled.
Oh, I hadn't made that connection. That's
Isn't
fun.
that kind of fun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is fun.
Um, Life is a song, it ends when it ends, you move on, which again,
Yeah,
before when
because
she
what
says
was
this, she says, life is a song, it ends when it ends, I
I
was
was wrong.
wrong. Life is a song, it ends when it ends, you move on.
Mm.
So
And I like that
I
because
love
I feel
that.
like that connects more to what she was just talking about,
Yes.
right? Of
It ends
no,
when it
like
ends and
we
you move
like move
on.
on. Like, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get to, I am pretty sure this is the bridge.
Yeah. Oh, can I say one thing really quick? I
Yes.
love the difference too between the start of this chorus where she says, and that's when I told you. So, like, her mom told her
Yes,
this,
yes,
and then
yes.
she tells
Yes.
Travis this. And I just love that. I'm like, we're just
I
passing words
know.
of wisdom along to each other.
I know. I
Way to go,
forgot about
Andrea.
that. That's something I thought about, and I'm
You're
so
good.
glad that you
Yeah.
thought of it. Also, I meant to mention this, the which we're going to talk about this probably in a future episode, but super fun thing, the oh oh oh
Oh, uh-huh.
is like a reference to a Ronettes song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
really
pretty sure
fun.
that's what it was. And so it's fun because she like has a scene that she looks like them in the Fate of Ophelia music
Yes.
video.
So fun. I don't
Um,
think I've told you this, and nobody else will care
yes.
about this, but Hallie was trying to sing those O's the other day.
Oh,
She was like just, and all of a
cute.
sudden, and I was, oh my gosh, my 15-month
Madison.
old is just a genius.
Yeah, my kids are obsessed with that
It's
part.
such a
This
fun
is
part.
Madison's
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, it's so
This is
fun.
Memphis's too. So, okay, keep
Um,
going.
so yeah, then this is just a storm inside a teacup, but shelter here with me, my love. A storm in a teacup means unnecessary anger and worry about
Oh,
something unimportant.
what?
This
I
is a
didn't know that.
reference. This could be a reference to how Taylor and Travis are unbothered by media storms or other challenges
What?
that they have each other. So Yeah,
That's
I thought
fun.
that
I
was
didn't
super
realize,
fun.
obviously, it was like a certain,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just thought, like, I kind of got what it meant, but I didn't know it was like an actual term. So that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So this is super fun. So
Okay.
there's the line thunder like a drum.
Uh-huh.
And I did not know this, but there is actually a collectible football card
Okay.
that has Travis Kelce and his teammate from the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, who obviously they're super buddies with.
Yeah.
And the headline of the card is Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is so fun because,
That's
like, in
way
this song,
fun.
she talks about like dancing through the lightning
Yeah.
strikes and then thunder like a drum. So I thought that was kind of
That
fun.
is way fun. I
Like
like
a
that.
little
Yeah.
Patrick
Just
Mahomes
nod. Yeah.
reference. Yeah. Um, and then this life will beat you up, up, up. This is just a temporary speed bump, but failure brings you freedom, and I can bring you love. Don't you sweat it, baby. And and our friend Krista said this like first time we listened to the song, she felt like this is like maybe how she was trying to help Travis after he lost the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
like, he hit a speed bump, he had, a quote unquote failure or
Yeah.
whatever. But like she's there for him. She can bring him love. Don't sweat it,
Oh,
baby. I thought that was fun.
that is fun. I love that. Ah, such a good song.
Yeah,
Honestly, just this whole album. I'm gonna
I
keep
know.
saying it. I love it so much.
It's so, so good.
Okay, well, we want to thank our next podcast sponsor for today's episode, Just Ingredients.
Yes, we love Just Ingredients. Again, they're one that a sponsor we've had for a long time that we love. And I specifically have they have a lot of supplements, and I daily take multiple of their supplements. I take their iron, I take their, it's called adrenal support, which I have talked about before. It's helped me with anxiety, brain fog, fatigue, things like that. And then I also take like a vitamin D from them. But I also love their lotion. So, like, we're entering the winter months, and
It's so
like,
good.
your hands are going to get dry, and their lotion is so good. Yeah, you finally got it and
Yeah,
tried it, huh?
so good.
It's really cool because I don't the ingredients in it, it's specifically like I I have anxiety and I pick at my fingers as part of my
Yeah,
anxiety. So I unfortunately have like kind of open wounds often on my hands, but also to help repair my hands, I need to put lotion on them. But you know how like you can put lotion
it
on it kind of like stings or
stings.
burns if you have like an open wound. So the way the ingredients in this lotion, like it doesn't do that. I think it has
So good.
colloidal silver in it, I'm pretty sure.
That
So
sounds
it
right.
like makes it so that that doesn't do that, which is so cool. But Just Ingredients, you need to just go to their website and see all the products they have because they have like an insane amount of
So
products.
many.
They have a lot of products for men, specifically for women. They have
Yeah,
protein powders. I mean, they have it
all
all,
the
and it's all
things.
really great ingredients.
Yeah.
So definitely check them out.
Yes, and if you do want to snag anything from their website, you can use our code TTN10 for 10% off, and it's at justingredients.us.
Yes. And then our last podcast sponsor for today is one of our favorite clothing boutiques, Love Olive
Yes.
Co.
Yes, I am so excited. Love Olive Co actually reached out and told me that they're going to be doing a couple of fun sales coming up throughout the month of November. So stay tuned. We will share about those on our Instagram stories. But one thing I love about them is they're a small business. They are local to us. They are also they got started in Idaho, but I just love being able to support smaller businesses, especially around this time of the year. So when you're looking to gift things for people or, you're buying some holiday attire yourself, they just released one of their holiday lines. There is this sweater and I want it so bad, and I was like, I shouldn't get it. And then I was like, oh, maybe I will. I went back. It was already sold out because it was the cutest thing
So
in the whole world. They
cute.
have so many
Oh,
cute like Christmas sweaters, and anyway, they're really, really good. I should have linked some of them for everybody, but you can find them on their website and use our discount code to get yourself one if you would like.
yes. So our code for Love Olive Co is TTN podcast. It gets you 10% off, and their website is loveoliveco.com. Okay. we have our
Last
last
song.
song for today. It's funny, we were like, yeah, we'll split it up into like 3 sets of 4. That'll
Yeah.
be great. And now I think maybe
We
we're
should have
like,
done,
we should have
yeah,
done 4 sets of 3.
totally. We definitely should have.
But
Oh
we
well,
know
live and
you
learn.
you guys eat this up. You don't
Yeah.
mind the longer episodes, so we know you're
Yep.
loving it. So it's
Yep.
great. We are gonna dive into Father Figure, which is
Oh,
just
it's
it's
gonna be
such
so
a
good.
fun song. It's peak storytelling.
Mhm.
Incredible. This was for sure a jaw dropper for me
Yeah.
initial listen. And honestly, every listen after that, I will
Chills
never get
still.
over it.
Yes.
Yeah. So the song is about power dynamics and exploitation in the music
Yeah.
industry. And a lot of people speculate it's commentary on her own past experiences with Scott Borchetta, who was her, first big
Yeah.
record label. So what Taylor said about it in the Amazon track by track is she said, I would say that lyrically, oh, this is fun. I was going to bring this up earlier because we kind of were talking about this, but she, with like Elizabeth Taylor and Fate of
Oh.
Ophelia, but she said, lyrically, I had such a blast writing this record because each song is like its own sort of choose your own adventure. Each song feels like an era of its own. It's
Fun.
just a very dramatic, sweeping, epic record full of 12 songs, but each one really packs a punch. Each one really its own kind of movie,
Oh.
which I
So
love.
are you gonna give us a music video / movie for every single
For
song,
every
Tay?
single one. But yeah, like if you like imagine like the imagery painted in Elizabeth Taylor, the imagery painted
Yeah,
in Opalite, the imagery painted in Father Figure. I mean,
absolutely.
through in the friendship, like they all just tell such specific, detailed stories that could
Yeah.
all for sure be a movie, which I
Yep.
think is so fun. Again, another movie reference. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey, when's your movie coming
I
out?
know. For reals.
Um, and specific, well, okay, I'll wait to talk about that. I'm going to finish what she said.
Okay.
She said, but the father figure lyrics are my favorite. I remember just writing the lyrics, just sitting there, like being like, he. It's the stuff that I've
That's
always wanted to
incredible.
say. Just giggling. It's the stuff I've always wanted to say. The first line of the second verse is like my favorite in terms of a visual. Like you think about what it means, and then you realize it's just like a very descriptive way to say something. And I love that line. And I also love the key change chorus
Yeah.
lyrics. It was a blast to write. I love like stepping into character like that.
Oh,
So the line she's referencing, I'm pretty sure, is the like mahogany grain.
grain. Yeah.
I get the check before it kisses the mahogany grain or whatever. So this song is fun because it definitely gives like mafia vibes.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Scott Borchetta is actually Italian American, which
Oh.
it kind of fits with like his heritage.
Yeah. I didn't know
And
that.
so we've got, which we'll talk about that throughout the song, but I wanted to start with that. So
Yeah.
she literally paints such a picture. You listen to the
Yeah.
song, it is a movie.
Yeah.
So she says, when I found you, you were young. So we're starting out, this is Scott Borchetta's perspective. When I found you, you were young, wayward, lost in the cold. I pulled up to you in the Jag, turned your rags into gold. So basically saying like, I got you off the streets and I
Yep. I gave you
blessed you with an
everything. Yeah.
opportunity. And then I love this because she says the winding road leads to the chateau, and chateau in French means castle.
Oh, okay.
And like we've already talked about today, like she's often compared her career and her success to a castle in her music. And I just think it's interesting that like, she's saying the winding road, like, leads to the castle. I don't know. Um,
Interesting.
like, the path is not straight
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
forward
Yeah.
to the castle. It's a winding
Yeah.
road. Um, and then it says, you remind me of a younger me, in quotes.
You know he said that to her
Um,
for sure.
yeah, yeah. I saw potential, which is interesting. it's showing that the relation dynamic, this is like Scott is talking in the past. When I found you, you were young.
Yeah.
Like he's talking in the past tense. I saw potential. Like not I see potential.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I saw potential. Like we're kind of in the middle of the story and
Okay.
like getting some reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I keep saying she says. The lyrics say, because
There you
this
go.
is from Scott Borchetta's perspective, the
I see how that's
lyrics
hard. Yeah.
say, I'll be your father figure. I drink that brown liquor. So again, mafia theme,
Yeah.
like in all these movies that are kind of mafia, they go over to the bar and they pour the brown liquor. And so this line alludes to him kind of being like a Godfather style mafioso, in addition to being a father figure to a young Taylor, since she was just a teenager when she started working with him. And then the line of all lines, I
Oh,
can make
for
deals
reals.
bigger. I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. And I found this little tidbit about, like, obviously penile size is
Okay.
something that often matters to many, not all men, but it can contribute to egos of men
Okay.
with that ideology, and therefore redirect how they view power and back to like the outdated traditional views. And so that it's also giving like the man
Oh,
vibes.
absolutely. That's what I always think of.
Yes. And then I'm just laughing because I'm like, this love is pure profit. It's like such a short line, and like
You
the
got like
amount
dum
of
dum nuts.
notes
I love it.
I have
Let's
on that
go.
one line. So this love is pure profit. So it straightforwardly is referring to how the industry uses acts predatory towards naive,
Yeah.
inexperienced artists to get ahead. It's also showing like this love is pure profit. The industry promises long-lasting career and fame despite it being uncertain, thus making deals with the devil.
Oh, yeah.
The relationship is also a business relationship, meaning changes so that pure profit the child can bring in is the only reason love
Ugh.
exists.
So sad.
When they cease to bring in money, the love ends as
Ends.
well.
Ugh.
This also aligns with the mafia theme, where because it references how mafia quote families talk about love and loyalty, but they're just businesses set up to
Mm.
create profit. This is a metaphor for how Scott Borchetta acted when he was a father figure to Taylor, but
Yeah.
was really just using her to get rich.
Yeah. Ugh.
Um, and then I'm gonna say this line and jump ahead a little because we have another like slight switch later in the
Okay.
song. So the lyrics say, just step into my office. I dry your tears with my sleeve. Later in the song, it says, just step into my office. They'll know your name in the streets.
Mm.
So I think it's kind of fun. Like, instead, she could have easily just used the same line, but she's
Yeah.
giving us more information with like the slight change. So this I dry your tears with my sleeve is an interesting line because she's like, this is a quote. Like, she said this herself when
Mm.
Scott sold her masters to
Oh,
Scooter.
yeah.
She specifically said, anytime Scott Borchetta has heard the words Scooter Braun escape my lips, it was when I was either crying or trying
Ugh.
not to.
Yeah.
So he like
Ugh.
clearly he played a father figure role. He
Yeah.
played an emotional support to her. Um, and then said, leave it with me. I protect the family. Leave it with me. I protect the family. Um, and
Ugh.
in a 2019 interview with Rolling Stone,
Uh-oh.
Taylor mentioned how Scott Borchetta was a father figure to her, saying, I truly
Whoa.
legitimately thought Scott looked at me as a daughter he never had.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah, so I think that is in relation because that 2019 isn't that
Well,
when
that
the
was after.
masters were
Yeah.
sold. Yeah. So super
Wow.
interesting. Yeah. And
Ugh.
then um I paid the check before it kisses the mahogany grain, said they want to see you rise, they don't want you to reign. Obsessed with that
So good.
because it's basically saying like they want you to be crazy successful and like reach a peak, but they don't want you to ever surpass them. They
Yeah.
still want you to be below them. They still want to be in control of you.
Yeah.
They don't want you to have the control, which like perfectly describes how their relationship went.
Yep.
Um, it says, I showed you all the tricks of the trade. And apparently, in the songwriting voice memo, Taylor
Oh.
commented that this line is important because it's leading to a battle between the two characters, like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, which I thought was funny.
That is
But
fun.
it's like, I showed you all the tricks of the trade. So she's kind of saying, like, you did teach me, and it's going to
Yeah.
bite you in the butt
Yep.
later
Yep.
because I learned the tricks of the trade from
Yeah.
you,
From you.
which I think is kind of fun.
That is fun.
Um, and then all I ask for is your loyalty. Taylor explores the theme of loyalty in the Fate of Ophelia when she says that she chose to be loyal to herself. So,
When I
like,
think that also, I wonder if, I mean, we talked about this during our 1989 era, that we could
mhm,
tell it was starting to get rocky
yeah,
between her and Scott and like the label. And that's around the time she started looking for a new
yeah.
record label, possibly. And it makes it interesting. I wonder what kind of loyalty talks Scott like had with her
Yeah.
about like, look, I will give you all of this. You just have to stay loyal to me. Like,
Well, that's
don't go
kind
looking
of
for something else. Just stay here with me. I've got you. I promise we're okay.
well, it just goes back again to the masters being sold because that
Yep.
was the deal. That was the deal. He was trying to force her loyalty. He was trying to say,
Yep.
"Look, you can earn your masters back one by one. For every new
Agreed.
record you give us here, I will give you one of your
Yep.
masters."
Yeah.
It's like,
Totally. Yeah.
yeah, crazy. And then my dear protege, Taylor talked about this on Jimmy Fallon. She said, so it's like protege, mentor, and the relationship between the two, right? And the power dynamics and the sort of idea that the power could flip and somebody could betray somebody. That's so fun to write. And this is written from the perspective of the mentor to the protege. So then we go back into the chorus again. And then again, the line, just step into my office, they'll know your name in the streets.
Yeah, that's fun.
So he's basically saying, like, I'm going to help you get your name out there and get your fame. And then this is where, this isn't where we switch yet.
I don't
I
think so.
saw a change. So this is
Yeah.
still Scott.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is Taylor.
So changing your mind.
They don't make loyalty like they used to. Your thoughtless ambition sparked the ignition on foolish decisions. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
it could
this
be.
is
Yeah.
Taylor,
Yeah.
I think. So she says, I saw a change in you, my dear boy. They don't make loyalty like they used to. Kind of like because I do. I think their relationship was good at the beginning
Yeah.
and it started to take a turn. And so she's saying they don't make loyalty like they used to. Your thoughtless ambition sparked the ignition. And then on foolish decisions, which led to misguided visions, that to fulfill your dreams, you had to
Yeah.
get rid of me.
Yeah.
And
Because I
is
feel
this when
like
she whispers,
I protect the family. Yeah, totally.
and
Yeah.
it's almost like she's poking fun of it. Like, you told me you
Yeah.
protect the family, but
Ooh, I
like,
love that.
is this what protecting
Yeah.
the family looks like?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Well, so it's interesting because at first I was like, yeah, it is Taylor. And then I was like, no, it could go back. Because I also feel like the first part, I saw a change in you. He could be talking about when he did notice that her loyalty was kind of waning, you know?
Yeah.
He's saying, like, they don't make loyalty like they used to. You were the one that was looking around at other labels. Your thoughtless ambition sparked this. Like, this is why I was doing this. So it led to these misguided visions. But I like the ending that, like, that to fulfill your dreams, you had to get rid of me. I protect the family part. That to me feels more like Taylor talking to Scott. So
Yes.
I feel like overall,
Okay.
I would say it is Taylor.
Yeah, I
That
love that.
anyway.
So this next part is super fun because this is where it starts to kind of change perspective. But it's also super fun. I'm sure you've seen this,
I
but like
yeah.
you could read this almost like a conversation. And like you could I don't know that I feel like 100% confident of like who's saying who because I
Yeah.
do feel like both people could say some of this stuff to each other. So I
Yeah.
just kind of broke it up how maybe I kind of envision it. So it's kind of like a back and forth between
Uh-huh.
her and Scott. So like Scott could say, I was your father figure. We drank that brown liquor. And then Taylor could say, you made a deal with this devil. Turns out my dick's bigger.
I love that.
And
Uh,
then he could say, you want to fight? You found it. And she could say, I got the place surrounded
Swifties
with
have my
Swifties.
back.
Yeah. And then he could say, this could go either way, but just for the
Yeah.
fun of going back and forth, I put it that he would say, you'll be sleeping with the fishes before you're drowning. Because that kind of sounds like mob boss
Yeah, it could.
vibes,
Yeah.
And then she could say, whose portrait's on the mantle?
Yeah.
Like, who
It's
is the
me.
talent here?
Yeah.
Like, it's me. And then he could say, who covered up your scandals? Which
Which
I
is
think
fun. I've
fits
always
so
read
well.
that as Taylor saying that,
Yeah, because we
but
have like because we know he's
yeah,
had some
he's
like
had some stuff too.
scandals.
But
Yeah.
when I saw that you put it this way, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it totally works because I mean, she went through a lot of stuff while
Yeah.
she was
I
still
think
with them.
I think Taylor could have potentially helped cover up some of his scandals in a more private way. He
Yeah.
could have helped cover up or try to lessen some of her quote unquote
Yeah.
scandals in
Totally.
like a public sense.
Yeah.
And then she could say, mistake my kindness for weakness and
Yeah.
find your card canceled. So, anyways, I just think that's so fun. It's where the tables start to turn.
Yeah.
The protege is starting to take the power. And then she just goes, oh, this part, like
Oh,
literally chills
yeah. It's
every time.
so good.
I was your father figure. You pulled the wrong trigger. This empire belongs to me. Leave it with me.
Chills. Like
I
we're just reading the lyrics and I have chills.
Yeah, I protect the family, leave it with me. I protect the family, leave it with me. You and then in quotes again. This part is such a dig.
Yeah.
It's so good. You remind me of a younger me. I saw potential. Like she's saying that to him.
Yeah. Oh,
Freaking obsessed.
so good.
Yeah. Um this is so fun and I did not know this. Did you
Oh,
know this?
I did
Did you
know
see
this.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not know this. She says, I protect the family 6 times, once for each of the albums where Scott sold her masters.
She's so clever.
Yes, I
It's
know.
just
So
the
fun.
little details that she
Yes.
puts in there. And the fact that
Yep.
Swifties can figure it out is also insane to me.
It's just amazing too. Like just the karma of all of this. Like,
Yeah.
and we've talked about this before with Scott, but like had Scott just kept a good relationship and like a healthy relationship with her, he would be so much better off. Like,
Oh,
is he
yeah.
fine?
Yeah.
He's fine. But like where he could be if he would have kept the relationship good,
Yep.
but he got greedy, he got
Yep.
misguided visions, he got too
Yep.
ambitious. And he kind of got distracted off of like the path, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Taylor had to protect the family by the karma coming and her having an opportunity to buy them back. Like
Yep.
it is the most poetic. Her masters, that is the most
That,
poetic
yeah.
ever.
Oh,
And the fact that we got this song is just
oh, it's just
10 out of 10.
oh man, just round of applause, Taylor. I love it.
Yes. I think you
Okay.
did that. Didn't you do
Well,
that in our reactions? I think
I
you did
think
a
so.
round
I
of
probably
applause
did.
like
Because
that.
honestly,
So good.
it is so well done. The
Yeah.
way that she describes the situation, but also gives a big like F you
F you. It's the
to
biggest
them. It's
masterpiece. Yeah.
so, so good. Okay, we got through all four. Like you said, we're
Sorry,
like
this is
never
probably so
sure how
long.
long it's gonna be, but it's fun. And
I'm
now we
gonna
know.
say
Don't ever do four songs. That's true.
Carly estimated be an hour and 10 minutes. Clearly it was longer than that.
Clearly, we are up too late. Okay. It was fun though. It's always a good time.
Yes. So I can't believe we only have one deep dive
I know.
left because these have been so fun.
I
But
know.
it's so wild that we only have 12 songs where like we had
I
31
know.
on the last album. I'm like, that went so fast. I mean,
I
we still
know.
have a ton to cover as far as the show, like Showgirl album
Yeah.
and like all the other things. But it's crazy. We only have one deep dive left. These are always so fun, but we also are going to be doing misheard lyrics.
Woo! One
So
of
get ready for
the
that.
fan favorites. So if you have not submitted your misheard lyrics, please do so ASAP. You do not have a lot of time because we're going to be recording that very soon. So send us a DM, send us a text. If you're listening on the podcast, there should be like a send us a text button. If you're watching on YouTube, just go comment it really quick. However you want to get it to us, send us an email. I know we've gotten a couple of emails with those. So however you want, send us all of your misheard lyrics for The Life of a Showgirl.
Yes, because those misheard lyrics are hilarious, but we need your submissions because honestly, we can't have fun if we can't have you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.